kids, welcome to Terry on Tuesday. This is the first of the two prop builds that I have to build. Like I said last time, I've been tasked to build two props from two of my favourite films. One is Watchmen, which I'll tell you about in another video. The first prop, the biggest prop that I've got to do, is from The Empire Strikes Back. I've got to make the hand, the severed hand, of a WAMPA. What's a WAMPA? A WAMPA is this. Okay, so that was a WAMPA. Now, in reality, a WAMPA is about 9 feet tall. So his hands are kind of 4 times the size of my hand. They're like this. I don't think I can make the actual thing, due to budget and everything else, full size. But I'm going to make it as large as I possibly can. It's going to be the hand and probably a bit of the wrist. So it's kind of like severed WAMPA hand with claws and everything else. So what we're going to make it out of? Well, my old friend EVA foam, which I have some in the other room, don't have any right here at the moment, but I have got 2 squares of really nice WAMPA style fur. They're about 13 or 14 inches square, 2 squares of these, so cloth backed. So if I draw a hand on there, that'll be pretty big, won't it? You know, so I think a big 5-fingered hand on there will be pretty big for a hand. And then I've got a second piece, which will become the wrist and everything else, and any other spare bits that I need fur for. And I've literally got fur all over the place. So, where do we start? Well, we know that the cloth I just showed you is 17 inches square, so we get a piece of cardboard that's 17 inches square, which is a lot easier to handle than drawing it on the material. So I'm going to stick this down and we're going to draw a big end. So here we are. Here's our foam hand. I'm just resting it on the cardboard template for now, just so you can see what I'm doing. Now, there was a little bit missing at the bottom here, as you can see. I put another piece on and cut that to see if that would shape it out. And I thought that's not bad. That adds the rest of the shape to it. But if I were to just glue this, put some glue across the edge and whack it on there, after a while it would start to bend and break. So I think I need a better way of sticking this on. So what I decided to do was do the old woodwork joints. Now I can't remember off the top of my head what the name is. You basically cut out these little teeth and they help to lock into the previous part. So I'm going to cut myself one of these, but it's going to have the teeth connected to it. So I've already cut these out for speed, so there we go. When you buy EVA foam mats, especially if they're gym mats or play mats for kids and stuff, they'll have these things on them anyway to join them together so they won't fall apart or slip when you're running on them. So all I need to do now is put this down onto another piece of EVA foam, draw around the teeth, cut it out as neatly as I can, and then just pop the thing in and slap a load of glue on it. And that should hold it pretty tightly and pretty strongly, and it's not going to go anywhere. So it's had all the grooves cut out so it can bend the fingers and stuff, and we can pose them. And we've cut little notches in the top here for the claws to go in. And I was talking about strengthening the fingers and having them poseable a bit more with wire, and this is what I've started doing. So as you can see, it's a piece of aluminium wire, just like that, you know. Pop it through at the top, 2 holes, and then twist it up at the back all the way down, and then we'll find a way of connecting it. It'll probably drill 2 more holes or pop 2 more holes in there, and then this should be strong enough to make it hold a curved hand pose. And then we got 1 more to go here, so maybe we should do that in super fast vision. Ready, steady, go! Alrighty, so what I'm going to do now is affix the cables to the back of the fingers using the green cable ties. I've done 2 here. I'm going to put a 3rd one in there. Again, super sharp scalpel, as I keep saying. Shouldn't really be cutting to the direction of my fingers, but there you go, that's what I'm like. Alright, so that's 3 on there. Didn't take too long, and it's held nice and tightly down. So we'll do that on all of them. Then I'll work out where to put them on the palms. Probably just across the top here. And yes, as you can hear, my cold is in full effect. Sorry about the sniffing. Anyway, as you can see, last time I put all the cable ties, all these dots here, all down the fingers, and I was going to curl this. I've trimmed off the spares. All the spares, we could probably use that. I was going to just bend these all up, you know, so they were also out of the way. But I realised when you bend the fingers, these will actually pull along a little bit. So if I bend that, see that the end is moving up. So I need to wait till they're in position before I can seal the ends off. So anyway, it's a lot neater now. It's available in the UK, it's available in the States. It's not cheap. That was a while ago. It's $11.25 for a box. That's kind of a claw shape. You'll see it's kind of like a little gondola.
Okay, a lot of high speed this week, just scraping some detail in. The reason I'm doing it all in high speed is because I want to make this into 2 videos instead of the original 9, okay?
Okay, so I've made a claw. I put some detail on it, and you can just about see the lines scored into it there. And it's got the scoop underneath, and it's got a little curve there where it fits onto the thing. You'll notice 2 things. The tail bit that I put there that's supposed to have gone into the slot, I took that off because I think that will be so thin that it may actually break. So I've done away with that idea. Instead, you can see this little curve there. That's going to go onto the EVA foam, and that's a good area to glue. And you'll also notice a little bit of silver there. I've actually put a spine all the way down here of aluminium wire to add a bit of strength. Top one's been in for half an hour. Ow, 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 ow. Second one's just gone in. Ooh, ha, ooh, ha. Hot, 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 hot. Okay, let's have a quick look by the light. Ooh, that's still quite hot. Maybe you should use oven gloves, but it's a little bit flexy. It's just over half an hour, but I'm going to let that cool off now naturally. Stick that there, It's pretty hard. We're going to let that go. Sorry, I got the flash on, so it's a bit bright. Let's cover the flash up. Hang on. That doesn't work. That's better. So yeah, you can just about see it there. And we're going to give it another half hour for the other one, and then that'll be 2 done. Alrighty then, where are we? So last night I was baking clay in the oven, and look, our claws, they're really brightly lit thanks to the mirror, the window out there. Yeah, they're really nice. They come look hard. And guess what? Even better, I managed to make 5 out of all the Sculpey I had. After ordering a new box, by the way, after ordering another pound of Sculpey, Super Sculpey, I managed to make 5. This one has not been fired yet, as you can tell, or detailed, or scored, or anything like that. So, this is the smallest one, obviously, but it's still not much smaller than the rest. Look at that, you know. So that will probably, I'll put that on the pinky, and the rest, obviously the biggest one goes on the main finger and the thumb. So I'm just going to fire this one. They all take about 30 minutes, basically. It's about 5 to 10 mil thick in places, 30 minutes. They do come out a little bit spongy. There's a bit of a bounce, but once they've cooled off, you can paint them, sand them. You know, I can even get a knife in here or a Dremel and sharpen them or anything else I want to do. But I quite like them as they are. Nice, nice claws. So we got 4 claws. Okay, so claws. That's not even focusing, is it? Okay, so I've taken all the tape off. They're all glued in place. Nice sparkly, shiny thingy going on. I've got the flash on again, haven't I? Yes, I thought so. Okay, so the claws are on. They're all in pretty good positions, and they seem happy with them. They've added some weight to the thing. It's getting, of course, there's definite weight on there now. So now it's time to actually start thinking about putting pads and padding on. The trickiest bit is going to be the pads on the palm of the hand and the fingers, because they'll be much bigger pads. They'll be kind of like boing, boing, you know, bit of upholstered kind of look to them. So I think I'll do that side first. And then once I've kind of made that all neat around the fingers, etc. and everywhere else, then we turn over and sort out the back of the hand. And then that's the time when we can bend the fingers into position and finish off the ends of the wires there. So let's see how we're going to get some padding and stuff onto these fingers then. So my plan is to make little pouches of padding out of Dacron and wrapping it up in the cling film.
Okay, more high-speed stuff here. Just going to do 2 here for you to see. But again, the high-speed stuff is just to cut through all the waffle. I can't believe this was 9 videos long to begin with. But that's kind of the one little cushion I've made out of cling film and some Dacron from a quilt. Slice that there. Just showing you how I made 2. Ball it all up, wrap it in cling film and close the cushion with a bit of masking tape. And then repeat. A lot.
There we go. So there's the hand we've got so far. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So it's 14 on all the fingers and nothing on the palm yet. Rough. No, there's not enough padding in there. It's too soft. Yeah, I get that a lot. And I'm going to put some more in there. Let's get our hand back into play. R2. Right, here we go. So, yeah, it's way bigger than we need, which isn't a problem. This is going to be squeezed and tucked up into place. I'll squeeze some of the air out. There we go. And that will go nicely there, I think. So, there you go. So, we've got a big pad here, we've got another pad there. I've just got I don't know whether to put one or just put a sausage shape. I might just do a sausage shape all the way down from there to there, and leave a little recess here that I can glue the cloth in, so we'll have a bit of a palm. Try and pop this little sucker off without destroying the pad underneath. This pad's got to be stuck back onto the... Can you see that? Oh yeah, it's stuck well and good. But this pad's got to be stuck back onto the new lug. So, move him. Put you down there. Trace around our lug.
Don't worry, this one's only 9 seconds long. It's almost over.
If you can see that, just about. There you go. Right, let's cut through this using time-lapse technology again.
Alrighty, so yeah, another bit of long high-speed stuff. Just cutting out the jigsaw piece to extend the wrist further than I originally planned. Yeah, so I've got myself a tooth shape out of the EVA foam.
And they get very worn down. Okay, so
this is some of the original time-lapse stuff. All I was doing was gluing the jigsaw piece to stick into the wrist and then leave that with a weight on it overnight. You see? Oh, overdoing the glue. And I shouldn't be touching it with my fingers.
okay, well, that's as good as I'm going to get that sucker. So it's painting time. As you can see, I've put the final piece on here. Put some more padding in this part of the thing, so we've got a bit of a dip there for the palm. It's all ready to go. Now I want to paint the claws. As you can see, you can probably see there's I've done some indentations and some detail scratching on the claws. They're just about see it. So I want to paint these first. So what I'm going to do is paint them all black. Get all the black paint in the scratches and the ridges, and then I'll put some brown on them to kind of bring out the detail. So we've got some standard acrylic here, and I'm going to mix it up on this bit of plastic because I don't have any newspaper. The plastic is great for acrylics anyway.
Okay, paint everything black. Really boring, but looks great in high speed. By the way, I nicked this music from Ashens on YouTube. Here we go. Get all the paint in all the little scratches as well. And it's acrylic, so it'll take about half an hour to dry. Here we go. Yeah, don't forget to do the sides. Cowboy.
Paint is just about dry. I'm going to dry brush now. I'm going to get some dry brush onto, we'll try and do these two claws nearest to you so you can see what you're doing, if I can prop this thing up correctly. There we go. Alright, so you can see we've got black all over there. Got some mid brown here. Now the figures, the action figure of the WAMPA from the 80s does have black claws and black palms of his hands, etc. But I have seen WAMPA costumes and other people doing them in a flesh colour, more like this kind of brown. It's kind of light brownish colour. So I think we're going to go kind of in the middle. I'm going to add a bit of brown so it doesn't look like big plastic claws, but not so much that it's flesh colour or anything. I'll just kind of lighten it up a bit. So basically what we want to do for dry brushing, I have an old Enva floppy here. It's always good to use paper or envelope or cardboard for this, because you need to wipe your brush basically and clean it all off. Okay, so we put some of this paint on here. Ooh, too much actually, but there you go. In it for a penny, in for a pound. I've cleaned my brush and now I can't find it. Where is the brush? It's under here somewhere. See, not organised in the slightest. Aha! So, clean the brush reasonably dry. So we dip a bit in there, and instead of painting with that much on the brush, you wipe most of it off. You do that. And then, if you can see what I'm trying to do, we've got almost none on the brush. And I'm brushing it very fast and lightly. There we go. Now you can see it lightening up compared to this one. Get some more on there. The trick is to just kind of clean your brush off. It works good sideways because it doesn't go into the ridges. Now it is very dark. You can just about see what's going on. That one's still black. That one's got the brown coming onto it, but it looks a lot nicer. There's two layers of paint on there, so it just looks a bit better. Let's have a look, see if we can get some more on there. There we go. So now it's got this kind of almost dark mahogany kind of look to it, but it looks a lot nicer than it would have. So use almost none, spread it all over nice and fast. I'll turn this over now. So you can see the difference now. There's a kind of a nice sheen to that actually. That's just black and shiny, and that's got some brown on it. Yeah. It's a bit nicer. So I'm going to carry on doing that for the rest of the claws. So I'll do the rest of the claws like that, and then that's the painting on the claws all sorted. As you will see, I'm beginning to cover the hand in the grey t-shirt material. That's what it looked like before, but we've done the thumb. It's getting there. So as you can see, there's pins holding it all together while it glues. Let's look at that in closer detail. Well, let's just take the pins out of this last night's work and see how we're doing.
This entire section was the biggest pain of the entire job. Pinning it, gluing it ad nauseum, but it worked really well. So yeah, some of the pins actually got so tight in there I had to get them out with pliers.
And it's coming along rather nicely. You see it's all sort of glued in places, and put elastic bands around here to hold the folds in, but they're going to be folded anyway. Got to trim off this and neaten it up. Now, I've noticed I've got a slight problem. I've only got really enough material for one more finger, which isn't that much of a problem, because what I'm going to do, I do have some spare. These are spare offcuts from the other fingers that I've actually glued together last night. And it's fine, it's going to be enough, because basically that's going to go on there, wrap around. You're probably not even going to notice that it's made of offcuts. But even when you are, when this is glued to this, I'll make sure it's probably tucked underneath actually, and have that overlapping somehow. Neat it all up, then we put some colour on it, then we put some latex. There it is, still there. Oops, sorry, still there. And we'll put some latex on it, and everything will be hunky-dory. So I've just got to go around now, do the other half of this finger, and oh, where are we? Oh, nice close-up, good. Obviously trim these, glue them, tart them all up, same with that. And we're getting there. It's just been a fiddly part of the job. It's pinning, leave for a few hours, trim it, pin, leave for a few hours. A very, very slow upholstery basically. And then we'll turn over, and I'm not just going to put the fur straight on the back. I'm going to put some padding in there somehow. I've got plenty of Dacron, plenty of fluff to put on the back, but I just need to sort of make sure it's in place in the right positions. I'm going to leave it here now because we're up to, you know, the kind of between the 15 and 20 minute mark as usual. Next time we are looking at the back of the hand, probably. Then again, I think we do need to paint and put latex on this, don't we? So we will do that.
Okay, that's all for now. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching every week. Like and subscribe. Leave your comments down below. Keep them nice. If you don't keep them nice, you don't get to see the light of day, because that's how I roll. And I will see you hopefully next week. I'm really, really busy. It's time to say, take care now. Bye-bye then.